Wow. That was awesome. Yo,
Excellent.
what is up, guys? This is Ed. I'm here with Stomp a Little. We are going Beyond the Meta live for the first time ever. How are you guys feeling?
Yay!
I don't know. That intro is pretty sweet if I do say so myself.
I love it. Love it. Pumps me up.
Yep. So anyway, guys, I'm Ed, and this is Stomp. We're going to be trying to
Hey.
give you guys some kind of League of Legends, something like a show. We're not necessarily trying to be experts here, but we're just going to give you also a little entertainment, how advertised on Reddit. As you can see on the screen, we've got a raid call going on right now. If you go to raidcall.com, I don't know if you've already done that, you can actually get on the show with us. If you go to the number, it's up there, 592-1046, and all you got to do is join in, and whenever we ask, we can get y'all in the show with us, and we'll see what happens from there. So anyway, I'm Ed. I'm 22 years old. I go to college for broadcasting, and League of Legends has always been a passion of mine. I am a platinum player myself, so obviously, me being a platinum player, I don't necessarily know a crazy amount about the game, which is why I brought this guy in here, my partner in crime, Stomp a Little. So he's gonna give a little info about what he's doing. So Stomp, what do you got?
Hey guys, I'm Stump. I've been in and out of the top tier ranks, I guess you could say, for a while. I've played since season 1, and as of recent, I started streaming. So we did take a challenger team and try to join the Coke series or whatnot, but TBD and other teams are just a little bit stronger. So here I am. I'm going to help Ed give any bit of input I can, game mechanically, matchups, like the Battle of the Atlantic, like just little stuff, a higher sense of a diamond viewpoint, because a lot of people that watch me stream, they're like, hey, I'm bronze, hey, I'm silver, what can you do to make my game better? It's just, I'm just here to make sure things go good, and, everything's all right.
Yeah, this guy over here in Mr. Diamond 1, okay, so I was almost in my Platinum 2 promo, right? And I was sitting there with, one game left. I had won the first one, and I go into the second one, and I'm like, all right, I got this. So I lose. So I got one more game. I lose 14 in a row, and I get demoted back into Plat 5. It was the saddest thing I think that has ever happened to me in my life. 14
At least it
games.
wasn't season 2, though.
I don't know, that it has to be a new record. Seriously, it's 14 games. Like, have you ever done that before?
That's when you uninstall, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, I almost did.
you break your monitor, and you uninstall. I think that's how it goes. I'm not for sure though.
I mean, I don't necessarily
Something
want to
that
break
you-
my monitor because it's a nice 27-inch monitor I just bought for like $400. I don't know, but then again, League has made me want to do crazier things.
Probably the new patch doesn't help that at all, honestly.
Yeah,
But
I know. I mean, I've had my fair share of raging in the new patch, but then again, in the new patch, I've actually won some games. So I'm like on a 2-game or something win streak, and then it made me. I've never
Okay.
been so happy to win before in my life. Like it was crazy.
but how much did the new trinkets help, honestly?
How much?
How much did
it-
they contribute to your victory?
Oh no, I didn't. I don't know. Not really. I don't think the trinkets really did anything for me, honestly, in the new patch. I don't know. But anyway, season 4 is actually just been released, so that's kind of cool. They
I
actually
figured we could touch up on season 4. Like
Yeah.
the new brush changes, the new patch changes, just trinkets.
Yeah, so anyway,
Champions,
since we started
supports.
talking about trinkets, let's start talking about trinkets. So what do you think of the sweeping lens? I mean,
That's a must for support. Like that's the new oracles for sure. Like you have to get the sweeping lens upgraded to oracle lens to be effective whatsoever. So
yeah. I mean,
the ward is garbage in my opinion. 60 seconds of a ward, that's just like a free little old school ward. It's bad. You think that you have that area warded, 60 seconds later it's gone, but you feel safe and you overextend, and then the enemy jungler comes and tears you apart.
Well, exactly. Like I feel like it doesn't even give you a chance to do anything. Like I remember the first game I came in, I didn't really read anything about. I didn't even realize. Like I know this is really stupid of me. But I didn't even realize that the new wards were any different. And I mean, I guess that's because I'm just an ignorant player or whatever. Like I didn't even feel like I needed to read the tooltip because I was like, oh, it's just a free ward. Like it's just a regular green ward. So I go in and I'm like invading their jungle, and I throw the ward down, and it's supposed to be like a normal 3-minute ward, but then like I look to try to catch their jungler going to their blue, and I'm like, wait, where'd my ward go? And I don't know.
It's almost trickery.
It is.
Well, when you play the game for so long and you're used to ward lasting for 3 minutes, like I said, like you have this like mental security that you're like, oh, that area is fine for the next 3 minutes of gameplay, and then you go back to just your pattern thought, back to farm farming, back to just kind of watching that in your peripheral on your mini map. But then, like you said, you look back there and you're like, oh shit, it's gone. You're just kind of screwed at that point.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
once everyone makes that adaptation to how the new ward is only 60 seconds long, then I think it'll be a lot less ride in the streets, you could say.
Yeah. No pun intended, right?
No pun intended.
That was a good one. So sweeping lens. I've seen a lot of people try to use it for like I don't know if I'm the only one that is accused for this, but I've actually been chasing someone into a bush, and I tried to use the sweeping lens to see if it would give me vision of the bush. Have you ever done that before?
Actually, when I first started using it, I did use it for vision of the brush.
Yeah.
I made the mistake, though, of actually getting the scrying orb, which is absolutely terrible. I got the scrying orb because I was like, oh man, clarity, that's got to be awesome to have, just as an item. No, it's terrible. It's like 2 inches in front of your character as far as you can look. It's basically just for not face checking a brush. But anyway, I got the scrying orb the first time, and I've never made that mistake again. So, but the sweeping lens, I have tried to check many a brush with it the first time I used it, and then I realized you needed to have vision of the area before you did. So
honestly,
I haven't messed up again.
I don't even know if I've ever used the scrying orb. I really don't think I have. There hasn't been like, I really don't. So I have no opinion.
I would just never even try it. Never even tried.
Yeah. So, okay, what's next? Let's see. We got brushes.
The brushes.
Ugh. I don't know
They're
how
awesome.
I feel about you like them? I don't know.
I like them. I just like the graphics on anything is 50% of the battle. So just like when you're playing a character, say in like an MMO or just League of Legends period, like the looks, like Yasuo, for example, he looks badass, and his music
I like
is
him.
badass.
Yeah, his animations look crazy good.
Regardless of his kit, like if he threw marshmallows at people and like gave you cotton candy as an ultimate, I would still play him just because he looks cool.
Dude, I'd play him if he threw marshmallows at you. That'd be the best champion ever. No, I'm serious. Call him like the marshmallow man. Oh, speaking of which, I've always thought that they need to make a Michelin Man Malphite skin. Would that not? Or
Actually, a writer released that on Reddit not long ago.
What, Michelin Man Malphite?
I'm not for sure if it was Malphite. I think it was Zach. It was a Marshmallow Man from Ghostbusters skin theme.
I did see that. Yeah, I did. It was that guy. I forgot his name, but he takes people's concepts and he draws them and he puts it on Reddit. Is that who you're talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. I've seen some of those. Those are pretty cool. I actually like that guy. I enjoy looking at people's fan art. It's kind of fun sometimes.
But back on the brush subject, I see chat saying that. See, I don't know how to pronounce your name. Sasso Second is saying that you don't see a problem with the brushes. Is that what you're referring to? Like, I think the brushes are terrible.
Oh, is it broken?
And the fact of like, there's not enough counter. Like, you can't do as many like brush jukes and stuff like you could before. But they're better in the sense of you don't need multiple wards to cover a whole brush, and there's not like those C factors. There was a lot of factors that a brush could cancel line of sight when you're chasing somebody that. Like maybe the average player or new player didn't understand, and people who were experienced or seasoned with using them could definitely take advantage of somebody.
Oh yeah, I've already actually seen that come into play in the few games that I've played in Season 4. Is that people are starting to use the brushes less? Actually, it seems like because it's like you can't even do anything with it anymore. Like when it comes to running away. Is what I'm talking about. Like if you're chasing someone, they won't even bother going to the brush sometimes because it doesn't even matter. Like you can't do that whole fog of war glitch thing that people used to do all the time, which really pissed me off.
Well, it's still good to auto cancel though. Like if you're in a duel with someone and you want to get an auto cancel, it's really really effective. So that's always a plus.
Yeah, that is true. It is a interesting you know.
I see someone's talking about Eve as a must ban, so I guess we could maybe talk about how champions have changed due to the new mastery tree and the vision control period. I guess like with pink wards being visible now, and you can kill them. And
The pink wards, I honestly I like how they do the pink wards now.
I agree.
I like the fact that they're always visible because I feel like half the time, you know, the support that could afford the pink wards was always the one that could win, you know, because they would always buy the pink wards and cancel out all the other supports ward, but it's not even necessarily because of the money, but it's just the fact that, you know, the other support couldn't do anything about it because they had all these pink wards and they were getting their brushes checked and stuff, and then they would have no wards. So it's kind of frustrating, you know, and the fact that they let the pink wards be visible and be able to be killed is you know, great because it balances the game more, especially if you're a lower, you know, you're the losing side.
People didn't like the support ward battle. Like Elements released a video on the changes, and his thoughts were he didn't like them because as a support player, he liked having that personal one-on-one ward battle with the enemy support. He didn't like the fact that was removed, but at the same time, you got to think of like what was brought into the game with the new changes. Like the supports are actually able to buy items and participate. Like I played Thresh yesterday, for example, and I had 6 items. I had the Miguel's Crucible I was healing people with. I had the new Talisman of Ascension. That's the Shirellia remake. I felt like I was doing so much in a team fight as opposed to if I had been playing Thresh in Season 3, I would have had in my inventory is maybe a Ruby Crystal, more wards on top of the Ruby Crystal or the Ruby Sightstone, an Oracles, and a couple pink wards and boots. Like that's all you could really get in Season 3 because it's all your income allowed, and that's what your team needed. But now like the game shifted more towards, like you said, the permanent pink ward. I love the permanent pink ward. A lot of people don't actually check the brush that you put the permanent pink ward in, so that actually gets a whole lot more of 3 minutes out of it. Way worth. But it's just
I agree.
Such a drastic change.
It is.
Such a drastic change. And people like Elements who've been playing since beta, they just, you know, they have their personal opinion on it.
You know, it allows the player, like what am I trying to say? The supports are more viable now. Like in Champion Select, I feel like more people are choosing the support role now just because of they're not just, you know, buying wards. I feel like people want to play the game. They want to buy items. They want to like think that they're getting more powerful, you know, and it's not just necessarily a competitive thing because obviously the people who are competitive don't care if they play support, but just playing the game for fun, knowing that being the support means that you have to sacrifice items and buy wards instead is kind of, you know, it gets frustrating. So I like the fact that they're trying to make the support role a more viable option, which I may be wrong, but I think Season 3 they also tried to do it, but they did it in, you know, a lesser drastic than what they did with Season 4. Like in Season 3, I don't necessarily remember what they did, but didn't they do something with the supports? I don't know.
I think the thing that just hindered support always was the income, but the new gold items are extremely well thought of, and I love them. I love the ancient coin personally because you can like just sit in lane and your AD carry just farms you gold. No, it's like the coolest thing ever. It's such a good feeling just to sit there and you see plus gold all over the place. So
especially if, you know, you accidentally last hit, or if you're Taric. Like Taric is a man now, like more of a man than he was before, because he can get his mana back and give gold to the AD carry, which is amazing in my opinion. I really love how
the Relic Shield is an amazing item.
Yeah.
They did hotfix it though. It was pretty frustrating to play against when the patch first dropped, where your AD carry and the support were farming each other with Relic Shield.
Yeah.
Like that was extremely frustrating. You could actually hold your cursor over and see that the AD carry and the support himself had farmed like an extra 1,200 gold like by 20 minutes. That was just absolutely absurd. Mm-hmm. But the hotfix definitely leveled that back out to where Leona, Blitz, Taric, you know, they're pretty much the only ones benefiting from that now. But even on Taric, I still like getting the ancient coin just to have the talisman. That Talisman of Ascension is such a good item to have.
Shirelias, right?
Yeah, the activate on that. Yep. It's just such an important thing to have to initiate a team fight, or it's like having a severe ulti. The severe ulti. Oh God, I love her so much. She's such a good AD.
She's so good this patch. Not even
Yeah.
this patch. Like at the end of season 3, like ever since the rework, she's been a viable AD carry.
Well, it's like
now.
Lucian too.
And
Lucian's the
Lucian.
best AD carry. He's always been the best, but no one played him. No one realized they did a little tweak on him at the end of season 3 that made his Q line up better. So when you actually activated his Q, it was harder to miss with it.
Right.
Because that was the bad thing about him before. But now, his Q it seems way more responsive, and his passive double hit helps farm minions. Like it's helped me not miss a CS several times, because if you kill a minion with your auto attack and another one's really low health, Lucian will prioritize that with his passive and automatically get you another CS. So it actually makes the game a little bit easier. And then
Yeah.
his late game scaling, his mid and late game scaling and damage is just absolutely crazy. He's like what Draven used to be, which Draven's still strong, but Lucian's the new.
I did
hit.
play Draven the other day. He seemed the same. At least the way that the game was going is that Draven was just giving me the same
he still
stuff
does
that he was
massive
giving me last
damage.
time. Right, massive damage. If you catch your axes, if you got the double axes going, you get hit him with your E, make him get slowed for a second. But I don't know. He pretty much feels the same to me, like you said. But Sivir, man, I played her the other day. Like I dominated. Like I'd never dominated with Sivir before. I could never win. But now
Well, it's almost like there's not a reason to pick her if she's not banned. But she is getting nerfed, and whenever we get to the part of the show of the 3.15 notes, she is getting nerfed. So
we are out of the pie patch.
I don't know how much that's going to affect her gameplay or pick rate, but I think that her kit overall is just too good with the extremely overpowered Shurelya's. So we'll see what happens. But I think Lucian needs nerfs before anybody, but he's not getting any to my knowledge.
I will actually feel good about playing Sivir, so that's a good thing for me because, I don't know.
You don't want to take advantage of people with how OP she is?
No, I do. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
I want to
Okay.
be able to play her. Yeah, that's like before I couldn't. Before I just felt like she was just the crappiest AD carry in the game. Which, I mean, she probably... I don't know. You know what?
Maybe before the rework, she wasn't as good, but people just didn't play her. She wasn't flavor of the month.
Right.
It used to be you had to be Ezreal or Corki
Ezreal.
after the Trinity Force.
Then they got rid of Ezreal, and then it became like Draven. It's always like one AD carry that's dominating, and right now it seems like Lucian and Sivir has got the top spot for AD carry domination. Which I feel like going into the new LCS, like especially if Lucian stays the same, there's gonna be a lot more Lucian being played. I don't know.
Oh, for sure. Like Loco Doco, I liked watching him play Lucian because he was kind of one of the front runners that I've seen anyway of pros playing him. I guess we won't see much more of Loco Doco playing anymore since
that's
Quantic
true.
got beat out. But
Quantic.
AD carry is just honestly the weakest role. If you really think of the new season and as a whole, AD carry is actually like the weakest in comparison to what other lanes can do with their gold and the new masteries. Like, say, for example, the top lane. We've not touched on the top lane yet, so we'll go with Shyvana. Shyvana is absolutely, with the new masteries, probably the best top laner, besides, like, right up there with Renekton. Like, anybody that can beat Renekton in top, other than Kennen, because Kennen's broken, hidden OP. But anybody that can beat Renekton is definitely considered top tier.
Renekton
he
is a
designed-
beast. He's from your
Like,
neck
literally.
of the woods, isn't he? Isn't? Yeah, literally. Yeah, doesn't he live next door to you or something?
Oh, yeah, right next door.
Yeah, because you're in the backwoods of Kentucky, right?
Yeah, that would be like reindeer.
Oh, wait, maybe that's Louisiana. Maybe that's Louisiana.
That's
I'm thinking of from
Mississippi or something.
Bayou or
I
something.
don't know.
But I guess then
no,
again,
the top lane, Dragon Lady, she's just like so strong. She has like 91 AD level 2 if you run 80 runes on her. Like, that is absolutely unheard of. That's really one of the best things that I've enjoyed of the new patch is the new masteries.
right.
They seem to give a whole lot more diversity to like the full all-in offensive builds and then the full all-in defensive builds, which is why I guess the Korean OGN have picked up top lane Mundo, and it's like over into North American solo queue for sure. Ban Mundo if I'm team captain, like 100%, because really, really weak early, but if you don't keep him shut down, no matter what happens, if it gets to late game with Mundo, he can literally bait an entire team by himself and cause the team fight to go in your favor because he just soaks all the damage, soaks it all, ults it right back up, and then just chunks you.
Yep.
It's absolutely ridiculous what he can do with the new masteries.
Yeah, the new masteries are more specific. There's a lot less junk masteries, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, the junk masteries are gone, which there might be like one or two junk masteries, but they're usually in the utility tree, so that's okay. Nobody plays utility anyway.
Right.
Not even supports.
Yeah, that is true. But anyway, so I have found some pretty good topics here on Reddit going into our first little, segment of the actual show.
Yay, Reddit.
For now, we're gonna call it the Reddit Report. If you guys think of something better, then you can let us know. But I thought it was pretty clever, Reddit Report RR. But anyway,
Okay.
recently this hasn't actually been, this is kind of old news, I guess, like a week and a half, maybe a week. But Riot actually said that streamers could not show any other games, like, they couldn't show Blizzard games, they couldn't show Dota 2 on their stream while they're in the middle of streaming League of Legends. And I mean, they've since retracted that part of the contract, but what do you think Riot is thinking when they're doing something like that? Like, why would Riot even consider, adding that clause?
Well, you have to think of what Riot wants to accomplish. Like, Riot has put a lot of their own money into forming this esports, forming this NBA, this NFL, this MLB status for League of Legends as a whole. Like, it wants like just getting the working visas for the foreign players to come. Like Crumbs, Crumbs is just from being from Canada. He has to have a visa to come to the States and play. So Riot has put a lot of its own money and effort into making League what it is today, just like filling up the Staples Center for the World Championship. And in order for them to maintain their top dog spot and their dominance and what they want to prove in this build, this is my personal opinion. This is no one other than me, but I think that they wanted to steer away from having, say for example, Dyrus having 30,000 viewers on Twitch TV. He's got 20-minute queues. Yeah, he's got to do something to entertain his time. Like, he doesn't want to sit there for 20 minutes and stare at a screen, pick his nose.
No. I mean, you would know about that too, Mr. Diamond One.
Well, I mean, my queues aren't Challenger length, but,
I mean, they're still long.
I mean, sometimes they are. It depends on the time of the night for D1. But Challenger is usually like a 20-minute at least queue. So, anyway, he has to do something, obviously, to occupy those 30,000 viewers. Like, what's he supposed to do? Like, tell jokes? He's not a stand-up comedian. He's a professional League of Legends player. So they want him to treat his stream time as, hey, you're a pro League player. We don't want you maybe giving light on StarCraft 2, or we don't want you taking any light on Dota. Like, that's going to give those 30,000 viewers PR of Dota 2, and then that's a competitor game. They don't want to lose their League of Legends players to Dota 2.
Yeah, that is true.
When they had the first drafts of these contracts, they probably didn't estimate like this variable, and that it's arose now, and it became a problem. Obviously, when it got viral on Reddit, and the Civ HD video, pretty much nailed it on the head. Like that
Civ HD video. I don't know if y'all have seen this Civ HD video, but it is probably one of the funniest things I think I've ever seen.
It is extremely hilarious
to League. I don't know. Like here, I'll figure out. I'll get it posted in the chat whenever I get a chance. But
he's just hilarious anyway. Like, I personally subscribe to him on YouTube. I love that guy.
Yeah, me too. I haven't just subscribed to him because I don't know. I don't subscribe to anybody, I guess, because I'm too lazy. But when I'm rolling the Reddit and I see something like this, man. Okay, so I'll give y'all a little synopsis of what he does. He changes the League, like, how streamers can have the little overlays on their streams? Well, Civ HD comes in, and he's like, we need to get back at Riot. Because this is before they actually retracted the LCS contracts. and
Okay.
he replaces the League of Legends UI with the Dota 2 UI. I don't know. It was just hilarious. And he puts the Dota 2 trailer where the mini map was and puts all the logos of the other games around. And he's like, "We got to get back at League, or we got to get back at Riot for doing like I don't know." It was the funniest thing ever. We'll get that.
My personal favorite was the Diablo 1, Diablo 2, Diablo 3 logos at the top. He was just like, just being a Diablo fan. Like that was one of the first games I played growing up was Diablo 1, Diablo 2. So
Yeah, seriously.
just another reason I love the guy.
Yeah,
But
just
the
not afraid to
contracts were
say
just
anything.
bogus,
It,
old and bogus.
I understand what they were trying to do. I
Yeah.
really understand. And if there was a better way, I think they're going to figure it out, because I think there is a better way. They just don't necessarily know yet. But they need to keep their IP to them, like you said. But with the streaming is almost like streaming League does not necessarily mean that you're involved with League, you know what I'm saying? Where it's like
Yeah.
or you're in the LCS. Let's say you're an LCS player and you stream at the same time. Just because you do both of those things does not mean that they're almost mutually exclusive, you know? Like streaming is one form of income and LCS is another form of income. Because streaming is almost like someone compared Twitch with ESPN. Like, you know, in the form of the entertainment that you can get from Twitch.
I mean,
kind of along the lines
essentially,
of
our
ESPN.
generation of people is going to replace TV with like streams, just like the
Exactly.
Xbox One, the PlayStation 4. Those both have built-in stream modules that can attach directly to your Twitch TV or UStream channel, and you can just sit there in your living room and stream. Like if you have the internet capabilities, you're able to stream so easily nowadays, and it's becoming like our form of entertainment. Like my generation, your generation, like this is our, this is our lifestyle, like the way that we like to do things. Like we don't, cherish the things that happened pre-internet.
Right.
Like the internet era is just a whole new ballgame in its whole. So
With the way that Twitch is really blowing up and how Riot can bring in, 1 million people to watch League of Legends, I feel like we're running into a part of, technology where people are going to actually start taking notice. Like, for example, someone mentioned earlier that Coca-Cola is now sponsoring, the Challenger circuit next year, which I don't know if any of you guys remember a couple years ago, the Doritos Combine for MLG. Do you remember that? Do you ever follow MLG?
a little bit.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
StarCraft is pretty interesting to me personally. On a private note,
Like the Doritos.
I don't know exactly the Dorito League though for
Okay.
MLG.
Well, essentially what MLG did was create a Doritos Combine League, which is essentially what Riot's doing with Coke. But it ended up being a massive flop, and it was really horrible to watch it die after a couple things. Like the whole point of the Combine was, for Halo players to amateur Halo players to be able to get into the MLG Pro circuit easier. And it just wasn't working out because the talent separation and the general interest is that it was amazingly different in the just because you were an amateur player level 50 in MLG and all this stuff and you were really good and you were on an amateur team did not necessarily mean you could come in and be a pro. And that's pretty much what ended up being the downfall of the Doritos Combine, in my opinion, was that, these players could not get to pro status because pro players were so much different than amateur players, which I don't know
The
if
skill
this
cap was way advanced.
Yeah, I don't know
But
if this is going
gonna
to be
close
the same.
that.
Right, do you think
No, this is going to close that.
Okay, I don't know.
sure.
I really hope that it does.
See, what League's not had for a really long time was an amateur scene, basically a collegiate level of play, like the NBA drafts from D1 NCAA ball players. So the League pro scene was so stale and had the same people, the same faces. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Right.
I love St. Vicious. I love Double Lift. I love all those old school, those first generation pro players. The scene becomes stale, and it has to keep its new feeling, and it's achievable. it has to be an opportunity for someone to like be like, man, I want to be a pro league player, and there has to be some way for people to reach that goal. And they realize that once they sold out the Staples Center here recently, and then even the Season 2 World Championships, once they seen how big this was and like where they could go with it, now it's a goal that is achievable. And the Coca-Cola League is going to give that to people. It's going to give, like, say me, for example, like I was on a Challenger team just here recently, and we were in the top 32.
Right.
Like, I've not played competitively since Season 2, and I've not been in the scene with those kind of players, like those high-caliber players anymore. Like, yeah, I play with them in solo queue, but, like, I'm not, like, in with them. So, like, my team was in the top 32 in Challenger League, and, like, we could have made, like, had we pursued that goal, we could have been in the top 32 playing off, here in, like, a month from now or whenever the Coke League starts. But, obviously, our team isn't together anymore. But, anyway, just saying, someone like me, someone who is just a normal little person could achieve something that they want really bad. And that's what the Coke League is going to offer, because they're actually going to pay those amateur players. People don't have the time or the money to invest in pursuing a professional gaming career because it's high risk, high reward. You have to drop going to school, you have to drop your job, and you literally have to play a video game, which is frowned upon across the world.
Oh yeah.
To achieve this. So the Coke League is going to, kind of ease people and give a pull for the pro players. Maybe CLG needs a new jungler. Maybe
What are you
CLG
trying to
needs
say?
a new jungler.
What are you trying to say?
And they need a pool of people to pull from, so they can be like, oh well, let's look at the team that's doing awesome in the Coke League this week. Yada yada.
Are you referencing?
That's just my take on it.
Does
no,
CLG,
not referencing
does
anything at
CLG
all.
need to stomp a jungler? Is that what you're saying? Oh my! If you join CLG, then that means that you're gonna leave me. So I'm gonna be sad.
Never. I'm beyond the meta for life.
That's right.
Gangsta.
That is right.
Gangsta.
So
But
what
yeah,
do we got?
I think the Coke League is gonna advance this, and
I agree.
League of Legends is only going to continue to grow. And I think that other games are going to copy this system, and they're going to try, like StarCraft 2. Like StarCraft 2 was the top video game in the world for a while, but I think that League's obviously taken that over, and it's setting the stone for new games to copy. Really,
Right. And I'm so glad that Coke was the one that did it. It could have been someone stupid like, I don't know, like mom and dad's pizza kitchen league. Like, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, it could just be a random company that no one knows about. But the fact that it's Coke really makes me happy that, a large, probably one of the biggest companies in the entire world is looking at esports and is saying, this is something that's viable now, and this is something to invest our money in. That's
Well, the Korean and the Asian teams, they have Samsung Galaxy. Samsung owns them.
Right, but those
they
are
have
the
these
Koreans.
top. I know, but I'm just saying, like in those countries, those big those big names are already in esports.
Yeah,
They've already
yeah,
been
you're
doing
right.
this.
That is true.
So the Western states, the Western world, I should say, sorry, hasn't adapted this style. The
Western
sponsors
United
are still
States.
computer.
The Western United
Well, I mean,
States.
the Western world. Yeah,
The
you know what I was
European
going
United States.
for. Getting troll. The troll is too strong. The troll is too strong.
No, but I mean, yeah, exactly. The fact that Coke's got a pull coming into America, and how gaming is not just gaming anymore; it's becoming a way of making a living now, which is really great in my opinion. But anyway, enough of the Coke plugs, because I think we said Coke about 30 times, and we're not getting any money from this. So I think we should move on.
Where's my Coke?
Well, yeah, I want my 12-pack of Coke sent to me tomorrow morning. If anyone here works for Coke, I'll give you my address after the show. But gaming houses is the next topic
Gaming
that I found
houses.
on Reddit. Do you think that players living in gaming houses, do you think that's taking away from their concentration? I know gaming houses has been around for a long time. People like Koreans have been doing it, longer than us. But in North America, it seems like these gaming houses are, being used as more of a fun, you know what I'm saying? It's being like fun time with
It's
your
just real
team.
casual.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, there's multiple ways to look at that, and one, whenever you're on a team with people that you meet over the internet, don't really know how that person is in real life. Like that person might be a slob, or that person might be a clean freak, or that person might have arachnophobia and hate spiders, and you have a pet tarantula. You know, like you don't know anything personal about those people. You just know how they are on the internet, and everybody has a different internet persona. That's just life. Like you fulfill whatever fantasies you want on the internet. You know, like you can be Bruce Wayne. You can be Bruce Wayne for all I know. Like I just know that I play. Yeah, I mean, there you go.
You actually co-host a show with Bruce Wayne,
and I'm Robin. My middle name is Robin, so we're like meant to be.
No, let's not get ahead of ourselves now. I'm Bruce Wayne.
We're not. Okay.
And you're Stomp a little. That's that.
But you know, the gaming house is designed to bring the team together, and it's supposed to be like a bonding thing. It's supposed to like make you finish each other's sentences. You're supposed to like become challenger 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 as your ranked team. But that just isn't what's happening, because these are people who play a video game for a living, and they're getting in a house that they don't have to pay bills for. They don't actually have to like live as a real human being, go get their own food, nothing like that. They're just waking up, listening to their coach or analyst on what the day like has planned for them, and usually consists of scrims and solo queue. Which, I mean, teams do have a different regimen now of like going on a hike, or you know, doing some form of like team bonding.
Right.
But for the most part, they begin to slack off. At least from the reports that I've read, people begin to slack off. So I think that's where the problem arose with the Reddit thread of, I think it would be more professional if there was an actual building that they went to, or, you know, like a place of work, they call it, you know.
Like an office.
That way there's private, yeah, an office, like there's a place for professionalism and there's a place for home time. And that could be a good and a bad thing. Like,
ladies and gentlemen, introducing the gaming office. An all-new form of a place to go and get your gaming done in your suit and tie. The gaming office, I present to everybody.
And before you know it, reality TV is going to take it over, and they're going to make a show called Little Brother, and it's going to be like nothing but people playing video games in the house.
The gaming office. That's what it's going to be, exactly like The Office, only they're going to cross out office or put a little carrot thing and put gaming over it. Call it the gaming office. New reality TV show coming to a station near you. No, but seriously, like, do you think that versus a house, do you think an office would be better? Like, if it's more of an not okay. Let me straighten out here. Not an office as in, you know, like a business place, like you go to, you know, you go up the elevator necessarily, and you go and you have a bunch of cubicles everywhere. Not talking about that, but like a building.
You just mean a place that they go just
they
to
don't
play,
live.
and then when playtime's over,
where they don't
live
live
there. They don't sleep
there. Right. That. Do you think that could offer something better than a house? To going somewhere where you don't live?
I mean, essentially, but you're still going to be spending the majority. Like, you're just not going to be sleeping there. That's it. These people want their computers. Like, me personally, I don't like to be anywhere without my computer. So if I'm going to go stay at my friend's house, I'm taking my computer to land with me, because I need to be connected. Like, if that makes sense. So like, if their computer or their personal, you know, workspace is at work, when they leave, like Scar, for example, he had a thing on HBO, the Real Sports thing with Bryant Gumbel. She asked, "What do you do in your free time?" And he said, "Honestly, I just play more League of Legends." So
right.
like,
I remember that. I saw that video.
Obviously, they're going to have their own like private computer, and then they're going to have their work computer there. But like, what's the difference? Why not just have everyone living together, and you see how people are as a human being outside of their internet persona? You know, I don't know. I like gaming houses. I've never personally experienced one, but I think that the gaming houses bring people together, and it's a lot less cluster F, if you know what I mean, than actually having to get 5 to 7 people, wake up, be at work on time. Oh, we can't scrim because so-and-so has traffic, or yada, yada. These people are just like having to roll out of bed, and they're right there where they need to be, and they're able to be there as a team.
You know, Kale brings up a good point. One of our Twitch chat, that these guys are, you know, 18 to 20. She says, or he, whoever it is, says 18 to 22. Like, that's the people, like, not even. Like, there's young, like, okay, LCS people, you know, are you have to be 18. But, like, even younger than that, I'm pretty sure there's people that are, you know, in gaming houses, or at least in, you know, go over to their friend's house and play, like, if they thought they were a pro team or something. But, like, yeah, we are dealing with these 18 to 22-year-old kids, which I don't know about you, but when I was 18, I had a job, and I went to work. but not necessarily these people who are, I don't know, bums, in the game, like that.
Those classifications of people usually don't have internet, but.
Yeah, that's true. I'm not saying they're homeless.
Not to be rude or like nothing like that, but they
players.
usually, they don't have internet if they are homeless. So
they're playing out of their box. They're taking time.
They have their little laptop.
Taking time from the neighbor.
It's almost like I won't go eat at McDonald's if it doesn't have free Wi-Fi. You know what I'm saying?
Bring a little.
If this McDonald's ain't got no free Wi-Fi, I ain't eating here, boys.
Bring in your little cardboard box laptop, with like a Sharpie like keyboard, and you like draw League of Legends on the. Oh my God, that would be funny.
now to justify this, I used to follow a guy when I played World of Warcraft, and he goes by the alias Swifty. He's a very well-known YouTuber.
I love Swifty.
And
he's awesome.
He used to make like some hardcore videos back in vanilla, and there were PvP videos back whenever he was actually good at the game. I'm just kidding. But
oh no.
He actually had a vlog of how he started and then how he is now, because obviously he's sponsored by Razer. He's very well off, and he makes his living obviously streaming and YouTube. But he admitted that at one point in his life, he literally didn't have internet, and in order for him to go do what he needed to do, he took his laptop, he drove to a local hotspot where there was public Wi-Fi, and he played World of Warcraft there for like 12 hours straight.
Wow!
And it was such a like repetitive thing that people that worked at the establishment he was at would like notice him there, and they would like give him food and all kinds of like random shit. And it was just kind of neat to see someone open up like that and tell you that part of their life that you would think that is such like a dark, easy thing that someone would do, but people do that stuff.
Gaming ain't easy. Being a professional gamer isn't something that, I know a lot of people think that, gaming is, one of those, like, oh, you could just sit in your room and play video games all day. But it's not, there's a lot of effort. I'm not, necessarily saying that being a professional video game player is on the same level, as being, I don't know. I don't want to say anything because professional video game player almost is a different category than, the NFL or the NBA or like the NHL or something. Because
it's just like people would look at you weird. They're like,
right.
What do you do? And you're like, I'm a pro gamer. And they're like, oh, so you don't have a life.
Right, exactly. Like, but then they're like, hey, how much do you...
shuns you.
Yeah, but then they're like, how much do you make? And you're like, I make more than you will ever make in your lifetime streaming one day.
Exactly.
And people don't necessarily understand that. It's
the idea, especially where I live in Redneckville, USA. Like people, like they don't streaming. The hell, streaming, man? Like, what are you talking about, dude? Like that's the kind of people that I encounter on the daily basis when I go out. So, right. It's that world. It's that old generation of people that don't understand how things are becoming, and they have those interviews with like Dyrus and the Spanish newspaper. I'm not for sure what the article was called, but Ocelot revealed like how much money he made annually.
I saw that,
and it was well in like the $800,000 US dollar mark.
Yeah.
Can you imagine that this guy literally lives with his mom? Streams from his bedroom and makes over $800,000 US dollars.
Yes.
Just because he plays League of Legends and he's popular, and he now has a like clothing line. He sells scarves, sells shoes. He sells Ocelot to people, and that's just amazing to me. That's what this genre of games and our generations came to. Yeah. That's very, very interesting.
Yeah, no, it really is. And the bringing back the whole streaming thing, versus ESPN kind of argument that, people, like you said, people can make money now living with their parents. Not saying that's obviously the, a derogatory way of saying
that's bad.
it.
Yeah.
Right. But people like buy your own house, you play a video game. As soon as you flip on the stream, you have instantly 50,000 people watching you. It's crazy to me that somebody can, make a living off of this. But it's becoming the norm. It's becoming what everyone is doing now. And, in 30, 40 years, when we're, 50, 60 and we've got kids, the next generation won't even think anything twice of it. We're going to have the NBA. And we're going to have League of Legends. And they're both going to be on ESPN. Like, I guarantee it. Eventually, they will be on ESPN. League
Well,
of
the
Legends.
Buffalo Wild Wings have already declared that they're going to have the League of Legends events at their establishments because of the season 3 World Finals. Did you hear about that?
Yeah, I did. I saw that guy. They're one of the managers for Buffalo Wild Wings somewhere. I think it might have been Florida, maybe. I don't know. But he
Like, how cool is that?
yeah, that is awesome. I love the fact that
One guy gets his friends together. He's like, "Hey, let's go to B Dubs. Let's get a beer and watch the LCS
he
or
brought
watch the World
200.
Championship."
He brought 250 people to that B Dubs to watch League of Legends.
Yeah,
250
and you know what they
people.
thought? They were like, "What? 200 people are about to spend their money at our place to watch someone play a video game?" They probably thought that was like ludicrous.
No,
and then
they-
in all reality, people up in the high up corps are like, "Oh, they're like wiggling their fingers. Yeah, here we go. League of Legends all day. Now here we go. There's
Well,
League of Legends like sponsored events."
They didn't believe him at first. At first, when he was like, "Hey, I want to bring some people here," they were like, "No, like, I don't know if this is a good idea. It's video games," and the whole mentality that video games, are not something that people want to come watch. Then he brings in 250 people, and it's like, whoa, this is something we can make money on. You know what I'm saying? And it's awesome. Like, I love it. I love the fact that
Yeah.
we can do that. I love it. So.
Just the thought of maybe achieving that someday is just a bittersweet feeling.
You will be an internet famous person sometime. Eventually you will be famous. I have no
Hey,
doubt.
I love having 5 people watch me play solo queue. Like I stream, I have like 5 viewers. That makes my day. Like the thought that 5 people would like to watch me play solo queue.
Aw.
that makes my
We're
day.
getting such- Aw. So
I
sentimental.
have a little tear
You know?
now.
I don't know how many people from your stream are here. I'm sure there's a few.
I see some in the chat. I see Trist and Urfa and Kat, and there's a couple of people. One guy just got deleted. I think that was a Zambot error, maybe. I'm not for sure if he meant to get timeout, but Zambot's kind of bipolar. Like, he'll like you for a second, and then you'll just get timed out. Don't take it personal. We're not doing it, and Really Is Huge is trying to mod it the best he can. Come on, guys. This is our very first episode. We are open for criticism and suggestions on,
Yes.
what we can do to hopefully improve to next week's episode. And we really just want everyone here to have a good time and be able to communicate with each other, talk about things, and maybe pick up some good league information that you didn't know before. So hopefully everything's going good for everyone, and we're glad you're
Yeah,
here.
so actually, I want to see if we can pull somebody in here soon. So Nick, our boy, or Relay, or whatever his name is going to be, soliciting y'all's info. So we actually want to drag someone in here now. I know we've kind of been taking a while to do this, and but everyone just say. Actually, what do you want him to talk about? Well, what have we talked about so
I think
far?
that he has some people. I think he has some people lined up, ready to go.
Does he?
I think it would be nice to hear from a random viewer about the season 4 changes and what you think about them.
Okay.
Uh,
All right. So
I know we
Nick, you
touched
got
on a lot of
somebody?
things, but that'd be good. Let's see
Give me
here.
just a second.
No
All right,
problem. No
cool.
problem.
But so let's kind of transition here back into season 4.
Mega Level AN, which is my friend Charleston, says, "How long is this show?" And Terabuma agreed with that statement. The show have a set ending time. We're kind of just going to write it out for a little bit. We know we're at least going to be talking. We have a lot of things we want to talk about, being the first show and all. But at least an hour, maybe hour and a half longer. Like, we'll just see how it goes. This show is it's not modeled after State of the League, if anyone ever followed State of the League, but those shows usually lasted just until they quit, or had nothing else to talk about or discuss. So I guess, just prepare to be here for a little while, and obviously there's going to be random RP giveaways throughout the show, and just
Yeah,
viewer interaction.
don't feel like you have to, sit here and watch the stream. Like, you can, I'm sure y'all are already doing it, but we're not necessarily putting anything that important on the screen. So, I mean, you can hop in a league game, listen to us, you can go Reddit, find some stuff that we can talk about. If you got some things on Reddit that you just saw, and you want us to talk about it, then yeah, we'll be wide open to that. So just we're continually monitoring chat. I've got it right up next to me, and I'm watching what y'all are saying. So we want to hear.
I'm
y'all.
only asking because you guys are about an hour in with 5 more topics to go. Huh. I didn't even know that it had already been almost an hour. I felt like we've been talking for 5 minutes.
I know, seriously. Well, okay, here's another thing. Just because there's 5 things on the screen doesn't mean those are 5 topics. Those are 5 general categories that we're following. Right now, we're still talking about Reddit threads. So if that tells you anything about what we have left to talk about, once people start getting accustomed to our little show format, we'll hopefully they'll understand where we're going here. But this is more of a talking point outline. So the Reddit report essentially means that we'll talk about Reddit things around the league. Will be, patches, gameplay changes, hot fixes, that kind of thing. Esports, is self-explanatory. We'll talk about what's going on in esports. We've got the Battle of the Atlantic coming up tomorrow, actually, which we'll get there in a little bit. Community music. We pretty much just talk about some community music going on, and off-topic, anything y'all want to talk about and ask us stuff. So it's self-explanatory. So we got a little bit more left on the show. But I guess we got Golgothus in here. So what do you think of season 4, man?
Well, I definitely like it quite a bit. I mean, so far I really enjoy the preseason changes, like the trinkets. Of course, y'all know y'all were talking about Shyvana earlier, and how she's been buffed quite substantially, whether that's in jungle or whether that's in lane. And then you have Mundo, who has been kind of, out in the back lanes because of how much HP he loses early game, but if he stacks up to that, he's a pretty strong tank. He's a wall. He's an unstoppable force.
Right.
No pun.
But not Malphite.
Right. Yeah.
We're not talking about Malphite.
Well, the new
rock. I mean, they're both walls.
the new second wind is buffs him so much. I feel like the new second wind on top of a Spirit Visage just makes Dr. Mundo's ultimate most incredible thing in the game.
Oh yeah.
Man of
So
Malice.
outside of
salute you.
Shyvana, Man of Malice is a beast. Outside of Shyvana and Dr. Mundo, what is your favorite role in the League of Legends?
Okay, oddly enough, I've been playing with a few of my friends in a ranked team, and I've been playing quite a bit of support, and just how we were talking about earlier, supports are kind of like your main man right now. I've been seeing the way that they've been trying to get gold to them, and I think they are kind of like the new carries of the game. Because if you can't depend on a good support to help feed your carry, you're probably going to lose your bot lane, which will give the advantage to the enemy team.
More so than
You
before.
have to hope and rely on your mid as well. Right.
I definitely see what you're saying.
Definitely a good point.
Right. Supports are definitely, stronger. But do you got anything to say about the gaming houses? I know we spent a long time talking about those. What do you think? Gaming house versus gaming office.
As far as the topic of gaming houses versus gaming office, I think the idea of the gaming office is a little bit more popular, or should be a little bit more popular. Because, I mean, look at, you have locations like Riot or Google where you have kind of that exploration, kind of a public open office to where you have Starbucks, you have coffee shops, you have TVs, you have lounges, but you still have the ability to get your work done, as compared to a actual gaming house to where you're always stuck with those people 24/7. Say you mess up really bad and you just get totally flamed by your team, you're gonna have to deal with that all day and all night.
Yep.
I can't imagine that feeling though, because I mean, I'm sure we've all had those solo queue games where there's that one person on your team, and you're just like, God, I hate you so bad right now. I'd break your nose. And then you have to live with that person.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
And then you realize you're all on a contract together to play a video game, and then you're like, oh crap, what do I do now? Oh man.
Definitely.
But anyway,
But definitely some good topics, man. Thanks
Yeah,
for
it was
thanks for
great.
coming on the channel with
Thanks
us and
for
hanging
coming
out.
in.
That
You know
was
what?
very good first viewer
you know
interaction.
what? For the first viewer, I'm gonna give you a $10 Riot Points card. So I'm gonna send you a message over at Raid Call, and you got yourself some Riot Points, my friend. So thanks for
Awesome,
being our
guys.
first viewer. It was awesome. Good stuff.
Thank you very much for having me. I appreciate it.
Yep.
You're doing great.
Thanks, man. All right.
All right.
That was pretty good. I
Yeah, I like
wasn't
that.
a
That was
bad-
nice.
That wasn't a bad first viewer.
No,
I want more. I think we should have
I
more.
won't.
So
I agree.
does anybody else want to come in? I mean, for those of you who don't know, who are watching right now, just tuned in, we are actually putting y'all in raid call with us. Here, I'll throw up the thing that has the raid call information. It's 592-1046. So all you got to do is download raid call at raidcall.com. It's, it takes like 5 seconds, and enter in this number in the little box, and we'll pull you in. We'll get Nick, our little screening buddy, to screen you on. Make sure you don't come in and start saying a bunch of crap in our stream. And
dicks.
which actually could be
do
funny.
that.
Maybe we'll have a troll day where y'all can like troll the hell out of us and try to, whoever says the dicks the most time in a minute will win. I don't know. We'll see about that. But yeah, so I've got
Side note real quick though. If you guys haven't already, make sure you hit the follow button on the stream. This is going to be a something we do every Thursday at the moment, and we would like to have the consistent viewer base come back, and we familiar faces are always really good. So if you guys think we're doing a good job and you want to come back and hang out with us some more, make sure you hit the follow button, and you'll get all the updates.
Agreed.
And yeah.
Yes. So follow us.
Is there anything else in the Reddit report that we have lined up? I'm not for sure.
Let me see. Oh yeah, the Minion Flood game.
Oh my God, that looks so good.
So somebody put on Reddit, actually I think it was yesterday, and I know this is an old mod for Warcraft, was it? Is that I think it was.
Yeah, it was on the Warcraft 3
where
engine.
it's kind of or like Nazi zombies, where you have two bases. This would be kind of cool, where you have essentially a scoreboard at the top that has time or maybe wave number and like a time limit, and you've got two teams of 5. And you've got one lane coming in, and minions spawn in the middle, and they go up the lane, and they get progressively harder as the waves. Or maybe you can start with one lane, and then, as you get to, if you get to level 10 or something, another lane opens up, and more minions come through that lane. You know what I'm saying? So that could be be a really cool...
The model in Warcraft was just like right in the middle, and everyone swarmed it, and you just defended it, and your hero leveled up. You bought items. Like it was definitely intense for sure. So
Right.
I hope they implement something like that for a limited time map, like they did the One for All.
Man,
I got
One for
a
All
chance
was
to play a
awesome.
couple One for All. Yeah, I got
they-
a chance to play a couple, and they were extremely fun.
I want it to be
Mega
permanent.
Troll though.
I want it to be permanent. That was the idea. Like, okay, so I played 5 Nunus versus 5 Dravens. It was the funnest game I've ever played. We were the Nunus, obviously, and we won. And there's the
5 Nunus beat 5 Dravens.
yes. I beat 5 Dravens with Nunu. It was
That's
awesome.
OP.
It was awesome. Nunu is OP.
I couldn't imagine having 5 Nunu bots spam laugh at the same time. Just
Oh my god,
That'd be the-
that could be horrible. I don't know. That could be fun though. I don't know. We'll see. But so yeah, new game types being added in League, that could be really cool. Not just Minion Flood.
Magma Chamber. Cough, cough, cough.
Yeah, I know. That should be
I
coming
want the
out
Magma
soon.
Chamber so
I
bad.
know, it looks
Like
awesome. 2v2 or not 2. Yeah, 2v2 seems really fun.
it's like when you get those douchers in your game, they're like, "I would totally 1v1 you, man." Be like, "Okay,
you're
bro,
like,
let's go Magma Chamber."
Let's go to the MC. Let's do this shit. Let's duke it out in the MC, bro. You and me, 1-on-1. Even though 1-on-1 means
Just
nothing, and it never has in the history of gaming, but still, it would be kind of funny. So,
Indeed.
moving on, actually, now that we're out of the Reddit report, let's talk about what's happening around the league.
Oh, that must mean the patch
That
3.15
could
notes.
mean the patch 3.15 notes. So, now
Okay, guys. So, what I would like to do with the 3.15 notes is, if it's okay with Ed, to go over them kind of like Saint Viciously, you could say. No pun intended.
right?
But I'm going to go over what I see in the 3.15 notes and give you, a Diamond player perspective on what I think the changes are going to do to the game. So this is going to be a part of the show where maybe you could take in and learn something, because always nice. So far in the 3.15 notes, Sue should be released, hopefully, and he looks amazing. We'll focus more on Yasuo. We'll let Ed take us into that after I go over the general changes here. It seems that Ari is getting a little itty bitty mana tweak. Nothing big, nothing small. Ari's still really, really broken. even though she got changed prior with her charm, like she's still a really, really, really strong, if not stronger champion if you land your charm. So they just took away her all-in potential with missing your skill shots, honestly. Fiddlesticks, they're lowering the duration of fear. Now, I know that you guys all love Fiddlesticks Fear because it's definitely the most underpowered spell in the game. It doesn't last long enough. It doesn't really do anything in a team fight. It's very easy to, stop. I mean, you can just start the game with the QSS to get rid of Fear. No big deal, right? No, I'm definitely glad that Terrify's getting nerfed. Like, that shit's overpowered. Needed to be nerfed a long time ago, but they're finally realizing with how strong Fiddlestick support is. No storm duration. Or no, the mana reduced. Okay. They're reducing the mana on no big deal there. Jaina's Monsoon, mana cost reduction. No big deal. Lee Sin's getting a minor nerf to his W. You can shield minions with it at the moment. So when you're pushing a lane with Lee Sin, you want to like shield a minion that's getting targeted by the turret. It lets it survive an extra hit. They're removing that. So not a big nerf. Nothing nerf at all, actually. Lucian's Q, the damage is getting reduced by 40 at max rank. Now, 40, that's a big number. Like, that's just crazy. Any spell that, gets hit that hard is definitely going to show into his mid and late game for sure because you max your Q first, as it is anyway. And the cast range is getting reduced from 570 to 550 to match his auto attack. So Lucian's definitely going to see that lane bully nerf coming into the 3.15 patch. Lulu, base damage increase. I don't know why they would increase her base damage. You can actually play solo lane Lulu at the moment with attack speed and carry. So that's interesting. The shield strength is also getting increased. And the mana cost is being reduced on her R. So they're buffing Lulu, a champion that does not need buffed whatsoever. So if you guys are Lulu players, definitely pick up the new Winter Wonderland Lulu skin, and you guys should be able to carry solo queue no problem.
With the new riot points that we might give you.
Ooh, the riot point giveaway.
Riot points.
Let's see. Rammus is reduce the duration of puncturing taunt at later levels, the mana cost. Oh, I see what Riot's doing here. They're trying to steer away from the 3-second fear and the 3-second taunt. Because those are extremely overpowered control moves in a later stage of the game. I'm sure you guys all know that. Rammus or Fiddlesticks, you can do completely terrible at the beginning of the game and even part of the mid game, but once you get your fear or your taunt maxed, even though you got shut down so hard, you still have a 3-second CC that just takes someone out of the game and allows that Fed carry just to get annihilated. So the nerf on that's definitely going to be praised around the league. And then I'm sad to say Severe's getting nerfed. Oh no. We were just talking about how much we loved her. Yeah, she's still good for sure, but they're reducing her spell shield from a 3-second duration to a 1.5, so it's going to have to be more of a skill dodge on the spells, opposed to just throwing up the spell shield and hoping somebody doesn't hit you with nothing for 3 seconds. And then the duration of her movement speed and her ultimate's getting nerfed, and the effectiveness of it. So that'll actually a pretty minor role to what she does anyway. It'll just not allow her to initiate those crazy team fight chases that she was doing before on such a short cooldown. That when I play Severe, when you're playing AD carry, you don't really have a way to influence the game. You don't have that initiation, but Severe gives you that. She's like, hey, I want you to initiate right now, but they're too scared to. You throw on your ultimate, and it just forces your team to go in. Almost how you can control the game as ADT. But Raka's getting buffed. That seems pretty good. She's getting a movement speed increase, an armor increase. Taric is getting slightly nerfed. He still loves gems, but they're not going to do as much damage anymore. So then there's all kinds of minor bug fixes, but for the most part, the important nerfs to this patch are Taric, Severe, Rammus Taunt, Fiddlestick Fear, Lucian Q. Those are the biggest notes.
Yep. And Soraka is getting a movement animation change, which is clearly the best thing happening in 3.15.
Oh my god, she's
Soraka's
overpowered.
Animation is changing.
She'll be too broken with a movement animation.
Raka did get a buff. Didn't I? I just said it. Her animation changed. That's Soraka's buff. That they did something. So yeah. So that was pretty good.
So OP. Yeah, indeed.
There was a solid amount of nerfs going on, from what I remember.
Nothing but nerfs.
But
all Morella knows how to do. He's got that nerf bat loaded, just smashing shit with it.
Right. But let's actually
Let's
see.
see.
We're going to get someone in here, I think. We're going to ask y'all what y'all think about the 3.15 patch, which it kind of made me sad because I liked the 3.14, you know, because of Pi, like it was like a Pi patch, and it's only
They're
convenient.
actually
What?
they're actually removing 1 point of damage from Martial Mastery, and they're 2 points of ability power from Arcane Mastery. So you're actually going to get less bonuses from those abilities in your offensive tree now. That's interesting.
Interesting.
I guess that 1 extra point of AD was just pushing people over the edge.
You know, I just thought that it was perfect that they put the Pi patch out during Thanksgiving. That's all I'm saying. I don't know if that was on purpose or not.
Right.
But,
Our new Trier Orbs. Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome of them to do that. But I think we're sitting here going to wait for Nick. I think Nick's got someone coming in here soon to talk about 3.15. But in the meantime, there's this guy that makes sculptures of League characters out of these little things, you know, like clay. And he paints it, and they're like the stuff that you get online. Like, you know, not online from like a company that does that on purpose, but it's this guy that does it. I don't really know much about him, but this guy's crazy. Like, it's insane how good of sculptures. His name is I think it's Mankey, I think is how you pronounce it, or Mank. I don't know, Manke. But he Twitch streams himself. So if y'all are into that, you know, sculpting and stuff, you can go watch him. He's pretty legit. I've actually watched him for a while, and it seemed like, you know, he really knows what he's doing, and he shows you every step of the way he makes it. It's really great. So if you want to go watch him, it's twitch.tv/MANKEJ_. So I don't know. It's really cool to watch someone make those League statues, you know? I don't know. I kind of want one. But so let's see here. Do we got... Oh, hey guys, I'm in the lounge now. Can anyone hear me? Alright, 1 second. It looks like Stomp might have actually DC'd here. Huh. Yo!
Yay! I'm back.
Yeah, okay, so that was weird.
I think RC crashed.
Oh, man. Good old technical difficulties with Raid Call. Because I got kicked into the lounge. I was like, I was just talking, then all of a sudden it was like, boom! Lounge. And I was like, oh, hey guys, how you doing? Welcome to the stream.
So thankful to old Skype. We stay connected.
Yep, see, this is why we have backup plans.
Exactly. Good call, good call, good call.
Yeah, but whenever you get back in, that would be great. But it looks like Raid Call might have went down, so...
It might be down for just a moment, but I wanted to touch up on one more thing over the patch notes. There actually is new scrying orbs, new greater orbs, and new farsight orbs. I guess the complaints over those items were heard from Riot, and they're actually being buffed in the next patch. So we might see some more gameplay choices for the orbs later. They're supposed to be more on par with like how Clairvoyance was, so the distance will actually be increased where you can reveal. We'll see. We'll see.
I like that. That's good. But actually, you know what? I think that we should take this time and take a little break. And
let's take a couple minute break.
Figure out Raid Call. Let's take like 5. And we'll come back. We'll get you all in here. We'll give away some Riot points because I've got some nice, juicy $25 Riot point cards here that I really want to give away to y'all. So I'm going to be looking...
wait, there's more.
Yeah, that's true. There is more, I promise, because there's more on the screen. There's at least 4 more things that we have to do.
I say let's take a quick little break and then let's cover the Battle of Atlantic when I get back, because I'm so excited to talk about this.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
will be very,
definitely.
very awesome.
Definitely. We'll get into the esports coming in from the break. So, thank y'all for watching so far. Don't go anywhere because we'll be back in like 5 minutes. So, I mean that's it. You want to say anything else, Stomp, before we go on a little 5-minute break?
No, I'm gonna go refill my coffee cup and take a piece, and I will be right back.
All right, cool guys. We'll see y'all in okay, Civ HD. And I'll be right back. All right, guys. See you later.
I have returned. Yeah.
So, I am back. Are
And
you guys back?
I'm back. Are you back?
I am back. All right. Well, that was a nice little break we had
Oh,
going on.
yeah.
But anyway, just
Indeed.
to put a little plug here, now that Raid Call is back up, Raid Call number is 592-1046. Hopefully it doesn't crash again, but we want you guys to come join us in here because we want to talk to you. So, Nick, let's take this time to introduce Nick. What's up, Nick? Is Nick here? Can Nick hear me? I don't know if he can hear me. But Nick is our friend that's soliciting all of y'all and dealing with all of y'all's trolliness. So that's fun. That's
I don't
fun.
know if Raid Call's lagging
Is
or
it
not.
Is it lagging for you?
Do you hear that, Nick?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, it's kind of like what it was doing earlier. I don't
it's
know
a
if
little
the
bit
Raid Call
laggy.
server. Yeah, it's good now. It's good.
Okay. What? Hey,
Okay,
yo.
okay.
So anyway,
Come on,
guys, this is Nick. Say hi, Nick.
Hey.
All right, Nick. Tell us a little bit about
I'm
Nick
here.
yourself.
is best mod ever.
He is. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Nick.
I don't have a life, and I mod a lot of Twitch channels. That's about it.
Everybody,
He's the
this is
number one
Nick,
Twitch mod.
the most interesting man in the world. He mods.
I have 3 cats.
He mods Twitch channels. Ladies and gentlemen, Nick. Anyway, Nick, you got someone that we can talk to?
All right.
I think I do. Let me make
someone
sure.
in here.
I think that they were in the Raid Call channel, but I think that they were in the Raid Call channel, then it crashed or whatever. So just a little technical difficulties. Those are expected on the first show. No big deal. No big deal.
Yeah. It's all
I think
good.
he's screening them right now. Actually,
Oh, okay.
excited to talk about the Battle of the Atlantic. Oh my God.
Yeah, dude, that's coming up. That's coming up here. So,
Oh man.
is there anything you want to
But
say
in a
before? Anything?
just thanks to everybody who's stuck around and is helping support us and coming to the first show and hearing us all the way through. I love it. Like, it makes me feel a whole lot better about the promos and the work that Ed and myself have put into wanting to create content for you guys. Like, I know Ed especially has done a lot and went out, and spent a lot of resources to make this happen. So hopefully
you mean
this
money.
can continue to grow. And thanks to you guys.
Money.
I don't know if it's lagging or not.
Money. Resources. Money.
Yeah. Hey, money is resource.
Do you hear that, guys? I spent a lot of money on you. See, I
On
love you
you.
guys. I love you guys. I have more riot points to give away. But yeah, anyway, we're going live every Thursday, at least right now. Thursdays at 5 p.m. Pacific time, 7 p.m. Central time. And, we're just going to be hanging out, like giving a little bit of info for those of you who have just tuned into us. Is that, the show is just essentially us hanging out, talking about league-related topics. We just want to entertain you guys. That's why we're here. We want y'all to have fun with us. And we're going to be pulling y'all in. Hopefully Raid Call doesn't crash again, but we want y'all to come in and talk to us too. So that's what we're going to be doing as well, is we're going to get you guys in here in the chat with us. And actually going to let y'all get on stream and give us some of your juicy information that's not us. But just passing, the 3.14 patch is the 3.15 patch that we just got done talking about. Is there anything specific about 3.15 that really stood out to you? Like that is game-breaking 3.15, holy crap. Anything? Anybody? This is
Definitely-
also Twitch chat, people. I want to ask all that, too.
It's got to be the fear and taunt. Like, the fear and taunt are just such a drastic change because they take almost a whole second off of the base time, and then that's going to be reduced even more by tenacity. So those CCs lasting as long as they did before with tenacity, and then after they're cut in half, now it's going to be a huge change to how Fiddle and Ramus are very strong.
Okay. It looks like Nick actually has someone. So, Nick, go ahead and drag him in here. Let's get him on live Beyond the Meta. Yo, Jetty. Is that how you say your name? You say it like Jetty?
Yes, sir.
All right, cool. That's awesome. Well, welcome to Beyond the Meta. We've got you on live on Twitch. So, what do you think about 3.15?
I'm actually excited for it.
Oh yeah, why? What are you most excited for about 3.15?
Yes, sir.
Well, what are you
makes
excited about?
3.15 really, really good to you?
Yeah. Is there anything specific?
I think they're on a delay too.
Are they on a little delay?
Sorry about that. Having a little bit of a rough startup. I'm excited for Yasuo. Yasuo is going to be amazing. I'm really excited for the Fiddlesticks rework getting knocked down a little bit because he's crazy, and Lulu getting buffed up a little bit is going to be awesome.
Yeah.
Because I love Lulu.
I agree. Lulu is pretty awesome. I've always wanted that dragon Lulu. I love the dragon. I don't know why. It looks
I'll
so
say it's
awesome.
purple. I love purple.
You like purple? You like the cupcake
Purple's
Lulu?
good.
The cupcake Lulu is pretty funny. There's actually a video where some girl had Dyrus on and they made Lulu cupcakes. Did you ever see that?
I actually watched that. Now I didn't want to tell anyone that I watched that, but I did. Now that you mention it,
I admitted it, I guess everyone knows that we watched this
now that you've put me on blast.
this little Lulu cupcake video. That's kind of fun. So Jetty, what is your main role in League of Legends? What do you like doing?
I play a lot of ADC, play a little bit of jungle, play a lot of support. Not really good at top, still working on it. Play a little bit of mid, love Brand. Brand's amazing.
I think I've played with Jetty in a viewer game before. He's a pretty good
Yeah.
Is he
player,
one of
actually.
yours? Is he one of your special viewers?
I think he's one of my stream followers actually. Yeah.
Well, that's awesome.
I'm glad to see that. I'm glad to see you guys have came over to the radio show. That's awesome. Thanks.
I'm glad that your
I'm glad to
viewers
be here.
actually did what they said they would do. That's what I'm
Yep,
most
that's
excited
bad.
about.
Very cool. Very cool.
So, is there anything else you want to plug
It
before
was
you?
rough.
The best viewers on Twitch.
What was that?
I worked all night, so I got off work, came straight in. It's how we handle things.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I'm so glad to have you on here. Well, you know what? Thanks for coming on. You're viewer number 2. I'm actually going to give you some $10 Riot Point love. So I'm going to just send you a message here on Raid Call with the code for the Riot Points, and they are all yours. So thanks for coming in, man. It was awesome.
Okay, sir, thank you.
No problem. All right, guys.
And
That's
now,
pretty cool.
the time we've all been waiting for. Just kidding. Just me.
No, I don't know.
The battle
The
of the Atlantic. Oh my God.
the battle of the Europeans versus the Americans.
Oh. But
I don't know.
Man.
I am excited about this too. So here we go. Going into
all
our
right. So
esports.
everyone that doesn't know, I think the Ray call is lagging bad.
Is it a little bit? Let's go back to Skype here.
Bring me up on Skype.
All
Bring me
right,
up on
all right.
Skype. Yeah. On.
Well,
Right.
we're back here on Skype. That was getting a little annoying. I felt like you couldn't hear
Yeah.
me.
This is a lot more fluent, I believe. So this is good.
All right.
But,
Anyway, Battle of the Atlantic. Europeans versus Americans. Battle of the, what do they call it? The pond. It's like the Ryder Cup of League of Legends. I am really excited about this. It's pretty awesome.
Basically, this is just straight NA versus EU shit talk. All of it's on the line. Winner takes home all kinds of cash and bragging rights for the next year. This is basically what this tournament is representing. Riot got tired of hearing all the jibber jabber on Reddit. EU's better than NA, blah, 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 blah. So now they're just bringing all their dogs to the fight and letting them go at it.
Yep.
I'm excited.
I am really
I am
excited
excited.
too.
Let's see. It looks like it starts off with CLG versus Team Alternate, and CLG is actually using their new jungler Dexter that they just picked up. So I'm kind of curious how that match is going to go. Honestly, who do you have for that match?
Hold on one second. It looks like people say that Skype's a little loud. Here, let me turn you down. All right, say something.
Hello.
All right, yeah, okay. Sorry about that, guys. I didn't realize that he was blasting y'all's ears out. But anyway, all right, let's get.
Doctor Octagonopus.
let me eat the mic.
Oh shit.
All right, so what do you got? Dignitas versus Evil Geniuses? Is that what you asked?
No, I got CLG and Team Alternate in game 1. Team Alternate is the
Oh.
European reform of SK, to my knowledge, and if you guys don't know, Ocelot actually, was removed or quit, quote unquote, SK, and they kind of did a reform, which is now team alternate, and they're playing off against CLG. They're seasoned CLG team, but they have a new jungler in Dexter. Dexter is actually the former jungler from Lemon Dogs, if I'm not mistaken. So I think that CLG's lineup is going to be sick. I think that they're going to win this 2-0 for sure.
Yeah, I think I'll put my point in CLG. I don't want to be pro-American or all the way US, but I mean, honestly, I think this team, I think CLG, you're right. I think CLG, is more of a, they've had a chance to really marinate in the way that they play style and everything. So I'm going to go with CLG also for the first game.
Well, you don't have to go all-American because in the next game, it's XDG Gaming versus Gambit.
Gambit.
Oh, Gambit is going to, they're just too
that's
good.
no question. Gambit is awesome.
Gambit is too good. They got Edward back in the lineup. He's a monster. I mean, when you have 3 eyebrows in one lane, there's no way you can lose. So XDG, not a chance. Not a chance going to win that match. Like, I love ManCloud. I think ManCloud is like one of the best mids in A, but maybe not now that we got Burger. But ManCloud's really strong. Everyone else seems to throw. So Gambit all the way.
I am definitely with you. XTG, Vulcan throw. Vulcan is synonymous for throw. So let's just go with Gambit on that one. Next game, Cloud9 versus Fnatic. This could be interesting.
The rematch.
This could be the best game. Do you just crack open a beer?
Mm-mm.
Are you drinking beer on my stream?
It's Mellow Yellow, I swear.
The Mellow Yellow's still around?
Dude, I live in Kentucky. Mellow Yellow is like life here. It's like lifeblood. You can't go a day without drinking Mellow Yellow, son.
You bleed yellow?
No, I bleed blue, but I drink yellow. That's the motto in Kentucky: bleed blue for the Wildcats. Yeah, go UK. Anyway, Cloud9 versus Fnatic.
Off of that weird...
The world final rematch here.
Yeah.
I think that Cloud9's going to come into this match a whole lot more prepared than they did. They definitely thought that they were like OP as shit in the Worlds.
Mm-hmm.
They got to see all the foreign teams play in the group stages, and they didn't get to partake, which I think really hurt them because they were a new team. But now that they've felt defeat and they've been beaten by the man, they're coming back with a vengeance. And I think that ultimately, since CLG took a game off Fnatic prior, I forget the tournament. It just happened like 2 weeks ago. CLG took a game off of them, so I think Cloud9's going to take this probably 2-1.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to go with Cloud9. You know what?
Yeah.
I'm going to go with Cloud9.
Not even being a
for this
fanboy,
game.
I just think Cloud9's going to win.
Yeah. I do too. I think Cloud9 will take this game. Not just because I want the NA team to win, but because they're going to be coming out with a vengeance. They're going to have, blood and whatever the expression is, like fear, like they're going to be angry. They're going to try to kick Fnatic's ass no matter what it takes,
They have revenge in their eyes for
They
sure.
do.
I
Revenge.
agree.
That's what I was going to say. They have blood in their eyes, but that doesn't really make sense because I guess everybody has blood in their eyes. But
Even crazier though, after the Battle of Atlantis, the promotion series for North America takes place with the new EG lineup, which has Crepo, Yellow Pete bot lane, and Snoop A in the jungle with Curse's like amazing ex-mid player, Poe Belter. Like he is a phenomenal child prodigy. That's what they call him anyway. The child prodigy Poe Belter with Inox in the top lane versus TBD, who is also a savage team with West Rice, Broken Shard, Arthalon, Robert X. Lee, and Bubba Dub. Now, I have actually fell to TBD firsthand here recently, so I know how good they are. They are very, very, very strong. They beat the shit out of my Fives team. So that'll be a really, really good game to watch because it's more of it's NA versus NA, but it's really, the European guys. So that'll be a really, really cool match to watch.
let's see, what are the other games we got? We got for the Battle of the Atlantic specifically. We've got Dignitas taking on EG in Cologne. So we've got the Euros are home. Get the home field advantage. If that even
I didn't even see the Dig game on my roster here. I must have like a bad
this
one.
is on. This is the one you were talking about was the promotion Challenger series with the EG, but we've got for the actual Battle of the Atlantic we got Dignitas and Evil Geniuses playing, We've got TSM playing Lemon Dogs. Who do you think? Who do you think would win that? TSM versus Lemon Dogs. Actually, it looks like we got a little problem with Skype call. Looks like the call dropped. So let's see if he's back in raid call. Yo, Stomp, you in here? Let's see. Are you back? I think the call dropped.
I am back.
You know, fun internet is fun, man.
It's okay. We'll get that sorted out. This is all part of the pilot show. Is that we need to sort out these issues? So it's no big deal.
Yeah. So
I think that we need to mute our raid call though. I think we're double broad.
I did. I have it muted, so I think we're good. But
Okay. It
anyway,
just still has you queued up. I didn't know.
yeah, we're fine. Anyway, going into the TSM versus Lemon Dogs, you think that's even a challenge? You think TSM just gonna take it home?
Well, the problem is that Lemon Dogs has a new roster, and TSM is just the same old seasoned team. TSM with a new mid, like.
And a new AD carry, kind of.
Well, no, Wild Turtle's been there long enough now
A little
to be
bit.
like.
I mean, I wouldn't. Yeah, I guess.
I mean, he's been through thick and thin with them now. Burger is really the only the
Yeah.
one that's got to test. He's got to show up and show EU what they're missing out on since he left.
I see a lot
opinion.
of Syndra highlights from him.
He's an amazing Cinder player for sure.
Yeah.
She's one of my favorite champions, so I
you'll
definitely
know
respect
you know that'll be an Insta ban.
Jurgensen.
You know that'll be
More
an
than
Insta
likely,
ban.
yeah.
What else?
So see,
we got?
chat's saying TSM chance. I don't know about it.
Chat's chanting for TSM. Yeah, I don't know about it either. Who are you gonna pick? You gonna pick?
I'm going with TSM.
You're going
just
with
because
TSM?
I'm not a TSM fanboy. I don't even consider them in my top North American teams, but I am going to say that they beat Lemon Dogs for sure.
Well, I'm gonna go with Lemon Dogs.
You just want to go
You know,
against me.
I kind of. But you know, at
I
the same
respect that.
time, TSM has been known to choke in clutch situations, and it's also being played in Europe. I don't know. I think Lemon Dogs is going to take this one in a 3.
I mean, Lemon Dogs do have
a 3-2 style.
something to prove.
They're going to go to Game 5, I think.
Is it 3-2? That format, best
Or
of three,
best
or best
of
of
3.
five?
Sorry, I mean they're going to they're going to go to
2-1.
2-1, not 3-2, whatever. I don't know.
No problem, no problem.
And then yeah, I think that's it. I think we covered all of the Battle of the Atlantic teams.
This is taking place tomorrow, guys. Like this
Yeah.
starts tomorrow, and it's gonna be crazy. So if you guys are avid Twitch watcher, like you need to tune in for sure. You're gonna learn
Tomorrow
some
there
things.
actually is going to be an EU promotion match between Meet Your Makers and a challenger team that is yet to be decided. From my understanding, I don't know if you guys know who they're playing, but the actual Battle of the Atlantic looks like it starts December 14th, so in 2 days. But tomorrow is a EU promotion match. I don't know if y'all are going to tune into that, but first game, Battle of the Atlantic, is at 9 a.m. Pacific time versus Dignitas and Evil Geniuses in Cologne. So we'll see how that goes. Could be interesting. Could be. But a little more info about Battle of the Atlantic is that it's going to be a best of 3 tournament, and which obviously means
the
that
cash
it's-
prize is what's
cash prize is
OP.
nice. Like
Yeah.
they're giving $5,000. If you win your series, you get $5,000. All you have
Yeah,
to do is
and
win a
then-
game, and you get $5,000.
Isn't it like 25 grand to each like best of 3 that goes towards like America or Europe? I
Right,
think,
and then
is how it goes?
and then an additional 25,000 will be distributed equally among the 5 teams in the winning region's side.
That's nuts, man.
Yeah.
That is nuts.
So if your region, so essentially, if you win the Battle of the Atlantic Cup or whatever they're calling it, your team gets 25,000. Even if you lose all your games, even if you don't win, you still could get 25,000 if your NA teams or EU team come to bat. So I don't know. That's pretty cool. I like that. It's Ryder Cup for the golf. Ryder Cup is golf. I don't know if you guys knew that, but.
OP.
Anyway, let's
Moving
also
on.
go into some community music, because I kind of like talking about this stuff. I want to, we won't take too long here, but some people create some crazy music parodies or things along those lines about League of Legends that people don't really see a lot of the times, and they're really cool. So like one of the music people would be Instalock, and they made this song to Katy Perry Roar, which is really good. That I recommend you guys just go to YouTube and type in Instalock Katy Perry Roar. It's actually about season 4. So like Roar season 4. I mean, I think there's some kind of little pun there.
We want to have a portion of the show that reflects like the community, YouTube. You know, you guys know the Bad Admin, the Instant Lock, just like the Donkey. You know, like there's all kinds of league content that doesn't really get seen a lot, or people take the time out to watch. So we kind of want to have like a portion of the show that can reflect, you know, people's hard work and just the YouTube community. Period.
Right. So that we got that Instalock, and we got Bad Administrator, which everyone really knows about. I feel like he's really popular. But he made this song called Legendary Status. And I don't know. Y'all just need to listen to it. It's really nice. It's really nice. But that kind of leads us out of the community music. Those are the two things I really wanted to highlight. So let's get off topic here. Let's talk about crap that isn't related to League of Legends for a little bit. Did you know that Did you know they're making a World of Warcraft movie?
A World of Warcraft movie? Yes.
Did you know that they found the cast for that movie?
I did not know they found the cast. I knew something along the line of they had an awesome director, and then he wanted to do it his way, and Blizzard wanted it done their way, so they fired him or something.
Yeah.
So,
well, they actually have the cast. It's all European people. The entire cast.
That's like The Walking Dead.
Sense.
You would never know that they were European.
Listen
to them on The Walking. A lot of them are.
No, they're not.
I swear.
Are you serious?
The majority of the Walking Dead cast is European. Yes, sir.
Wow. I did not. I love The Walking Dead. How did I not know that?
Like Rick Grimes, the girl. Let's see. I don't know. You just had to listen to them and like after post interviews, like they're freaking European.
Maggie is Australian. Wow.
Dude, Maggie's dope.
She's pretty good at she's pretty good at playing it off. Wow.
Yeah.
That's impressive. That is impressive. But let's see. The director of the WoW movie is Duncan Jones. I think he made, I'm not actually sure. It's Legendary Pictures producing it. So Legendary is the, people that did Batman, I believe.
They did 300,
They did
I think,
300,
also.
yeah. And so
Watchmen. Watchmen was a really good movie, but you had to pay attention.
right.
And Watchmen was really good if you like Big Blue Penis.
Why would you like that?
I mean, I'm just saying, if you like Big Blue Penis, The Watchmen is just chock full of it. So
That's something to like, I guess. But it's got, WoW movie starring Ben Foster, Travis Fimmel, and Paul Patton. So that is my fun little.
I like to have
fact
the
of the
Twitch
day.
chat's going along with our random off-topic conversation.
Yeah,
Very
I
good.
know it's good. I want you
Very
guys.
good.
Yeah, Ray Donovan Best Show NA. I don't know what that is.
Another Ray Donovan is a show on HBO.
Oh, of course, it's
about
on
like
HBO. Does it have naked
HBO has
people
the
involved?
best. They have the best shows. Like, let's be honest, HBO and Stars. Like, you can't watch a good show without having
Just for the naked women.
cursing and nakedness. Yeah,
Game of
So-
Thrones is awesome. Oh,
Game of Thrones is awesome.
for those of you who watch the thing Sherlock on BBC, they just released a new promo for the new season of Sherlock, which I am so excited about. It looks really amazing. Sherlock. Just Google it. It's on Netflix. It's really great. If you haven't watched it, go watch it.
This is real random off the movie and TV show topic. There's one thing that I would like to ask you guys to help me and Ed with personally, and it is Reddit. The Reddit community is extremely hard on newcomers and people who
and
aren't
not
well
hard
known
as in
already.
excited. They're hard as in bad.
Yeah, they like so when we make a post to try to promote our show, they seem to downvote it. When in all reality, like there's really no reason to downvote it unless you're just wanting to be really negative about it or it's not meeting some kind of criteria. But I just would love for my followers and Ed's followers and like just people who want to help see this show go farther than having 30, 40 people watching it. Maybe we could have 100 people next week. Maybe we could have 1,000 people. Maybe we can have however many people, the world can hold.
500,000.
Who knows?
The entire
knows?
world.
But whenever the Reddit community sees it on the front page, it becomes something. So if there's any way that you guys do have Reddit accounts and can kind of watch, or just if you're watching my stream, I'll give you the link, whatever the case may be. As long as we can go upvote those things. Like yesterday, you guys helped me out hardcore. Everybody that came to my stream yesterday was all like, "Yeah, let's upvote it." But today we kind of made a post, and it just kind of
fell to
away
the
to the
wayside.
winds.
It got buried in the sticks, which most things do, unless it's about a funny video with Ezreal.
Yeah, funny video, Ezreal. Ezreal just, I don't know about it.
I don't know. I've seen a lot of funny videos with Ezreal, but I think going into off topic, I think I have someone that actually is gonna come here and join us in for the off topic discussion. So here we are. Yo, you're on Beyond the Meta. What's up?
What's up, guys?
Hey, how you doing? You got something to contribute for off topic?
For off topic, I don't know. I mean, I wanted to talk a little bit about your idea, Ed, for the new champion for League of Legends. I think you should tell your viewers about this.
Oh no. All right.
Oh, you don't think so?
Okay, I had this amazing idea. It's like, here, bear with me on this, Stomp.
Okay, I'm bearing.
It's a mole. No, it's not a bear. It's a mole. It's a mole where you can have your clawing thing, where you claw forward or something. But
So it's Diglett.
Yeah, it's Diglett.
Diglett
with
uses
claws. But
Okay.
imagine this: if the ultimate was kind of like Nocturnes, only you dig underground, and you can travel, you can click, and you'll go underground, and you'll run around. That's your ultimate. You pop underground for a little bit, and
Pop
you go
up underneath somebody.
Yeah, and you pop up underneath them and stun them for a second. Wouldn't that be awesome?
Well, wait, Ed,
That
you
is
got to
pretty
tell him. You got to talk about the best part, though. What's the best part? Is
Oh yeah,
the name.
the Underminer from The Incredibles.
Right. From The Incredibles.
That's awesome.
The Underminer. That we will bring the Underminer into League of Legends. No,
This is true.
I don't
That's
know.
something
I'm
we've got
already-
to talk about.
What?
I'm thinking about starting
Yasuo.
a White House petition.
Yasuo. Wait, what? The White House. What? What? We don't get.
I'm thinking
we
about
don't
starting.
Get
I'm thinking
politics
about
in
starting a White House petition for the Underminer.
I think
You know,
we
the
should.
other, since we're off topic, the other day, some Dallas Cowboys fans, they put a White House petition up to get rid of Jerry Jones as the owner.
How many votes did they
It got 55,000 signatures.
Wow, I did not. See
I know. And you
That's-
know how many signatures? You know how many signatures it takes to get the president to where he has to look at it?
that. How many?
Like 25,000 or something.
Wow. So the president looked at it.
That's right.
Probably looked at it and laughed, and that was it.
Yeah, that most likely. All right. Well,
mean-
thanks a lot for coming on with us, man. It was great.
Sure.
Glad
thing.
you
Anytime,
reminded
guys.
us of the Underminer.
The,
That-
well,
that
the
is-
Underminer. One day. One
That
day,
is a
Ed.
sad part of my life.
All your dreams with the Underminer will come true
Oh
eventually.
my. We'll see. We'll see. I think Michelin Man Malphite will be first. But anyway, thanks, man. See you later.
No free riot points for me, huh?
You know what? Okay, I'll give you some.
Kidding.
You know what? You know what? And since you asked me, okay,
No,
hey,
I'm
everybody
just kidding.
listening,
Give 'em to
everybody,
some
no,
real
no, no.
viewers.
I already said I would. Everyone listening right now, if you ask me for riot points, I'm not giving them to you. I am going to choose who to give riot points to
Oh,
Don't
Lord.
waste your
because
riot
you
points
brought
on
Jerry
me.
Jones in our stream.
Jerry Jones. Oh,
I,
man.
yeah, you
You know,
horrible
half these
person.
people probably don't even know who Jerry Jones is, so.
Jerry Jones is the owner of the Cowboys. But anyway, man, I'll see you later. I'll give you some riot
All
points.
right.
Have a good
Don't
one.
give me riot. Save them for your friends
all
or
right,
for your
all
people
right,
on your
all
stream.
right, all right.
All right. Bye,
All
bye,
right,
guys.
see you, man.
See you, man.
Wasn't that fun?
Always
Jerry
fun.
Jones. Freaking,
Back on Leaf's
freaking
topic,
Jerry
though.
freaking
Yasuo.
Jones. Oh,
Yasuo.
Yasuo.
We forgot all about him.
Yes, we did. But let's go back. Let's go back and talk about him. Yasuo. What is it?
What do you guys think about Yasuo?
Lee Sin.
I think he looks badass, and I love his music. His intro music is extremely, extremely good.
Lee Sin
Holy shit.
Version 2, maybe. I don't know.
Xin Zhao version 2? Is that what you said?
Or yeah, Xin Zhao version 2 and Lee Sin version 2.
Ooh, no, I never thought about that. I
Like-
just think it's cool how his lore and he has hidden taunts. He actually talks crap to Master Yi, and he talks crap to other ninja champions, and then he also has a secret interaction with Riven. because Riven is the only other person in the world that knows, or in the league world that knows the wind style of attacks. So
Yeah, so
if
we
you're
got
playing against her-
some crazy lore one-on-one action going on.
yeah, his wall is extremely awesome. Like just being able to throw up an ability that blocks any projectile, including attacks or spells or anything of the nature of projectile. Like you're just doomed. That's
yeah.
gonna be so clutch. So
It's going to
clutch.
be awesome. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. He's got this thing where he can, like, I'm going to need to look more into it. And if you guys actually know, then I want y'all to help explain it to me. But he's got this, the special bar. It's like focus bar or something, I think. That I
It's
don't.
kind of like a Mordekaiser bar that builds up over time.
Yeah, well, it builds
It
up.
builds up from running.
Yeah, it builds up
Like
from
a
running.
free move.
Yeah, so if you buff your movement speed, you get the bar. It's crazy. I kind of like. I
Well,
kind
the
of
really
like how
OP
they're
thing
doing
about
that.
him is that he has two passives, in my opinion. Having two passives just automatically makes him great.
Yep.
And then a passive that actually doubles your critical strike.
Yeah, flow. Flow. That's what it's called. Flow.
Yeah. Like, the only thing I don't like about him so far, though, is his skin. I don't really know how I feel about it.
Well, it's just a cop, isn't it? A recycle of already skins. High Noon. Isn't there a High Noon somebody else?
There's a High Noon Twisted Fate.
Yeah, High Noon Twisted Fate. Yeah. Why
I
would they
think
do
we're going
that?
to try to get, like, the whole Tombstone skin cast in here.
You think?
Because, like, I mean, I would imagine they try to do something cool like that. Because they have the Cowboy Graves, like Graves, like himself as a cowboy, and then they have the High Noon Twisted Fate that has a lore interaction with Graves, and now we'll have the High Noon,
Yeah.
this guy. So there should be two more, and then we'll be good to go.
Then we'll have ourselves a little country party. Little western fun time. But his ultimate is crazy.
It's hard. Like you actually have to have a skill, and
But at the same
actually
time, you
use it
don't.
correctly.
But you do. But
I mean, it's a combo essentially.
right.
Yeah, you have to hit somebody like with a knockup, and then that's the only way you can use it. Opposed to like any other champion in the game, you can use your ultimate whenever you want.
But somebody
So-
else can knock him up,
Actually,
and you can use your ult. So Malphite can knock him up. Boom, you can ult him in. And then you kind of like snare him there for a second. But it's awesome. Like the ult seems crazy overpowered, and especially
It
the
just doesn't do
wall.
damage.
Let's talk
It's
about
not
the
like
wall.
the science. The wall is broken. Yeah. The dash though. The dash and the wall alone, like those two huge utility buffs,
That's all you
like
need.
the dash lets them goes through all the minions. You can just like do whatever you want mobility wise. It's gonna
Right.
be about impossible to get ganked with him. He's gonna be like Kennen on steroids.
Yep.
So, I mean, like when you try to gank a Kennen lane, they just spirit rush and run away, and it's like GG. I just wasted my time.
Yeah,
And this
exactly.
guy, he's just gonna dash through all the minions and just reposition himself where you can't do anything.
Yep.
But I'm
Yeah,
worried
that's-
that his damage output's gonna be really low. Like that's what I'm like waiting
from
to
what
see.
I saw in the champion spotlight, it is. Like,
Yeah,
you
like-
don't do that much burst. He's not a bursty champ. At least from what I understand, he can catch you.
He's
and
more
because,
consistent.
because he could run up the wave. He can like dash up the wave 3 times and then boom, he's on you. But he's not necessarily going to be doing a ton of damage. So, I mean, there is a trade-off, and he's got his old knockup. It's like a utility attack damage champion. Like I don't.
utility fighter.
Yeah,
There you go.
utility fighter. Yeah, he's great. I don't know. I think he's gonna be nerfed.
Yeah. You think he's gonna be nerfed? What are they gonna nerf about him though? Like if you could pick one thing to nerf about him right off the bat, what would it be?
Probably his wall duration.
The wall duration? Yeah, probably. It needs to be more of like a do it at the right time instead of a last 5 second. How long does the wall last?
I think.
see.
I don't know. That's a good question.
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It lasts a really long time.
Yeah.
I just watched I'm watching the thing right now on him. It's crazy, actually.
5 or 6 seconds. It's a long time. It's a crazy wall. Crazy wall. Blocks everything.
I literally
except turrets.
just watched his wall block an entire MF ult and Lucian ult and Ziggs bombs, and Ziggs ultimate. That's just crazy.
Mhm.
That is absolutely crazy.
The only thing in the game it doesn't block is turret. You know what? Does it block Shyvana's ult?
Well, I'm not for sure because she's not actually a projectile. That's actually her character model.
Yeah, but It could.
That's true. I don't know. I guess we'll just see it in game.
I kind of want
It's
to do
one of those
that. We
weird
should
things.
test that out. I want to see if it blocks Shyvana's ult.
I wish they would release him so I could play him. That'd be nice.
I think it blocks Malphite too, maybe. But then again, why would it block Malphite? He's unstoppable. But then again, I
Yeah,
have seen
Malphite's
seen things block Malphite before.
Well, nothing in the game is supposed to intentionally block Malphite ult, though. So if
Yeah.
it does, it's either buggy or just not happening right.
That's
but
true. They don't call it
knows?
unstoppable force for nothing.
That's right.
It
No
is,
pun intended, but
yeah,
really there is.
unstoppable farce.
So ultimately, guys, I think this brings us to the part of the show where we want to know what you guys think, and we want to answer your guys' questions. So if you guys want to start flooding the Twitch chat with things that you would like to know, tips about the game, how to carry out of Elo, just any random thing about League of Legends that you would like us to answer, myself or Ed, and you can direct the questions specifically to Ed or myself if that need to be.
Yep.
Just feel free to start flooding the chat with that kind of stuff right now, because I think this will about bring us.
Yeah, we're
near the
almost
end.
done. You know what? I got $25 worth of riot points that I want to give to somebody. What do you think we should do?
Let's see. For $25 worth of RP that they're going to use on all these awesome new Christmas skins. What could we do? What could we do? I think that whoever tops the best. Let's see. Should we do Epic Comeback, maybe? Epic Comeback in League of Legends always seems pretty nice. But, I honestly don't know. There's a lot of ways we can handle this.
What's my favorite color? My favorite color is green. That somebody asked me what my favorite color was.
That can't be your favorite color because that's my favorite color.
No. Oh my gosh, you gotta be kidding me.
Dude, it's my favorite color.
Dude, it's my favorite color. It's our both
See, to
favorite
stomp a
colors.
little, what do you think Season 4 will give to the NA meta? Well, the NA meta currently is back to normal. At first, it was really thrown in the air because items and playstyles were new and overpowered, but they nerfed the Relic Shield. Things kind of went back to normal. But when they fixed the jungle items, like, it's going to stay staple what it is. They're going to just readjust values and gold incomes to where it's going to be better. It's going to be a better version of what it already was. Just like what I was saying earlier in the broadcast when I played Thresh yesterday, I had like a full item build and I was carrying the game as a support. And I was doing all kinds of crazy clutch shit, like Miguel's healing people, removing stuff, activating my ultimate, or like my talisman to get in close, grab them with a flay, pop a pro ult down. Like, there was just so much stuff I was doing as a support that I knew was making my team win those team fights. And then as before, it was more of a support would just die. You know, like you didn't have items to survive that kind of thing. So I think that you're going to see that support is actually the best role. And then it's going to be a new meta, but it's the old meta revised with different roles being the stars.
I like that. The new meta, but it's the old meta. But it's the new meta.
Exactly.
Good stuff. Do you have
It's
any
the same,
ideas
but
how?
different.
Do you have any ideas how we're going to give away this riot point? I really want to give someone $25, and I have half a mind to just put the code in chat and just let people go crazy over it.
I think that might be the best way to do it.
You want
Just
do
to be
that?
honest with you.
Yeah,
I think
okay.
I think that's pretty good. I think that between now and the end of the broadcast, there's going to be a random $25 thing pop up.
Actually, no.
chat.
I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to put.
Don't do a countdown.
No, I'm
Don't
not
do
doing
it.
a count. I'm going to put the first 3 digits in, and then a little bit later I'll put the next 3, and then a little bit later I'll put the last 3.
Oh, that's a really good idea.
Yeah. So here we go, everybody. The first 3 digits of the riot point code. Bam. There you go. So we've got. This is going to be $25. So I hope the
That's a lot of
person.
RP.
Yeah, I know it is. It can get you some solid skins. Do you think teams will push for certain bot lanes? How about lane switches?
Well, those lane switches occur in the LCS and pro matches when you have a matchup that is not efficient for the 2v2. So ideally, when you want to lane swap, like people, you see it in solo queue, people just think that they can do it. No, that's not why that happens. People don't understand the why. The reason that there's lane switches is because, say I'm playing Caitlyn, and I'm laning against a Vayne. Vayne doesn't want to outtrade with me if she doesn't know how to do it efficiently. So they want that Vayne to get farm, but they know that she's not strong until she can all in at 6. That's when the lane swap happens. They try to play to their advantage, or if they don't want the Nasus to get farmed 1v1, maybe you have a Nasus on your team and he can't lane against like a Vladimir or a Ribbon. They're going to do a lane swap and put their 2 against the Ribbon because they want Nasus to farm, like just free farm under the turret against the enemies too. Like that's whenever the lane switches incur. So I'm not sure what's going to cause those yet, other than just the same old things that caused them before, just mismatches in team comps. But those aren't going to influence the game any more than they already did. Those are just to farm early game.
Right. Yeah, that you bring up a good point about the lane switches, because I mean, it also not even only about the lane switches. Did you see what they were doing in the? Do they do that a lot? I don't have much experience in Diamond. Do they do that thing that they did in the World Championships, where if they do a lane switch, and they send the AD carry and support up top against the top laner? Will the top laner go with the jungler still? Is he still able to do that?
Well, that was just because of the way the experience shut down. It would keep the top laner like
Yeah, it would
not
keep
so
him
far behind.
caught up, right? Do they do that? Is that still a thing to do? With
Well,
the
they actually like the Battle of the Atlantic is going to be the first NA. It's going to be the first pro tournament on our side of the world that's going to be using the new patch. So we'll actually see what they pull out tomorrow. That's another reason I'm really excited. I want to see like what kind of strats they pull out, because Edward released a statement on Facebook, a tier list of supports that he thinks are OP, but he actually used X as a code for a lot of his supports instead of releasing which ones they were, because he doesn't want no one to ban him. So tomorrow we're going to see a lot of new innovative things for the new season for sure.
Yep, 12 o'clock Pacific time is when it starts up. I'm actually throwing in the next part of the code, so here you go. 227
Oh, I like this.
is
Like I'm going to like incorporate this. I think.
I
definitely like it.
Are you? You're not putting in the code, are you? You're not.
I'm not putting-
You don't have
no,
League
no.
of Legends open, right? Like
I do have
you're not
League of
trying
Legends
to.
open, but
You're not
but
trying
I'm
to take
putting the code in.
my money, right?
I'm gonna take it all.
You're gonna take all my riot points.
Pokemon, gotta catch 'em all.
Exactly.
No,
I gotta catch them. You know what?
I should troll you now that you said that. Actually, I'm gonna take the RP.
Well, you don't know what the first 3 digits are.
I don't, but I can scroll up.
No, you can't. You're not allowed. All right, everybody. I want to ask you all something. What is the craziest troll moment that you've had? We're going to probably incorporate this into the next episode because we want to have y'all call in, but we're having issues with raid call right now. So it's unfortunate that I don't think we'll be able to take any more callers. But I
literally had a viewer yesterday talk to me, and I even told him that I was going to quote this. So he asked me about being banned. He had been tribunal permanently banned,
Right.
and he felt that it was unjust. And he just kept talking in my Twitch chat, no big deal. And then all of a sudden he said, well, he goes, maybe I was a little harsh, and maybe I did mouth off sometimes, but I didn't say nothing too mean. He said, all I did was say, and I quote, this is directly a direct quote.
Oh, no.
Okay. I hope you deep throat a chainsaw while I F your mother with my King Kong D. End quote. Okay. And he was asking me why he was permanently banned via the tribunal for saying that to someone. Now, if that's not a troll, I don't know what it is. But if you tell someone to deep throat a chainsaw while you're doing their mom, that's kind of asking them to get permanently suspended. I don't know. And what's your thoughts on that?
I don't even have thoughts on that. I don't even need to stop and think about that. I would...
Okay.
What? Chainsaw?
A chainsaw.
What the...
Yeah.
What? Bro. Ugh. Why would you... Why is that even a question? Is he trolling you?
No, he was dead serious, and I said, I think I'm going to use that.
All right, everybody in the channel who is complaining that we haven't actually given any points away. We're not trolling you guys. I promise you, I have a $50 riot point right in front of me. And if you scroll up the chat, you're going to see the codes that I've already put in. If you're coming in late, I'm sorry. You should have been here earlier.
I think
But
we're lagging just a little bit, but it's okay.
I think there's a little delay on the stream, but
No big deal.
yeah, no big deal. But yeah, the codes are on there. I put the codes in chat, I promise. But actually, you
Thanks,
know what?
Kev.
Here we
Kev.
go. Last code's coming in hot. Last code. Actually, I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say the last code. I'm not gonna put it in chat.
You might be lagging
No,
though. I'd say
okay,
just-
you're right. You're right. No, I want to give this to chat. You're right.
Plus, the voice is actually on delay for different people.
Here
The
we
chat's
go.
all at the same time.
That's true. Get ready, guys. Here it comes.
Uh oh.
Who's gonna get it first? Who's gonna get the $25 riot point card? I just put in all the codes. That's all you got to do is put in the last numbers, and $25 is yours. And that'll be the last giveaway I do, at least for now. But that was fun. I think that was a good idea.
It's been done.
It has been done. I'm sure it has. I'm not original. I don't offer original content. I just recycle all my content.
Ultimately, though, thanks everybody that's came out tonight and helped support, and hopefully you guys continue supporting us, and we grow this channel to something awesome.
Yes.
I know that I think Ed's putting a podcast or a recorded version of this up on YouTube. Is that correct?
Yep. Oh, it looks like Wild Ram 75 got our riot points.
Nice.
So Wild Ram, I guess. So congratulations, man. It was awesome. It was awesome. I'm glad you got it. But
Brad Howard.
you know what, guys? You know, it's been really fun. We've been hanging out the last 2 hours.
It doesn't feel like we've been here
It
that
doesn't.
long.
It really doesn't feel like it's been 2 hours. It feels like it's been, like 30, 45 minutes. But we've got a lot of good stuff here today. And like I said, I'm going to be putting this up on iTunes. I'm going to take the audio off. I'm going to be putting this video on YouTube so y'all can watch it again if you want. And reminisce in the past if you so desire. But you know what? I think we're just about done here. What do you say, Matt? Stomp.
I think it's
Matt,
it's
stomp.
been a successful day for sure. I think our first show went good. Little kinks, but we worked those out, and hopefully we'll have an even better show for everyone next week.
Yeah, and
everyone comes back.
Hopefully raid call does not mess up again. But I mean, what can you do? I mean,
That's just how
it's
it goes.
raid
That's
call.
life. Nothing's
It is.
perfect.
It is live. Nothing is perfect, and we are going to get a bunch of you guys in next time because we did not this time. So I promise that if y'all weren't able to say something today, we'll get you guys in next week because that's really what I want to base the show around is you guys coming in, giving us valid input because a lot of the stuff is just watching people talk or listening to people talk, but we want y'all to be interacted. So that's what we're going to do, and I promise you that we'll get you in if you didn't get in today. So. I mean,
Yasuo Circle Jerk Inc.
yeah. This is brought to you. This episode of Beyond the Meta was brought to you by the Yasuo Circle Jerk Incorporated. I think that's a good way to end the show. But you know what? On behalf of me and Stomp a Little and everybody that helped out with Beyond the Meta, I really thank you guys for coming in and tuning in. And I guess we'll see y'all next week. All right, see y'all later.
Thanks, guys.